Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Saturday, March 16th. Hope you're holding strong in this new asset class that is cryptocurrencies. I have some very bullish news to share with you guys. First and foremost, this is not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also, smash the like button. Guys, Bitcoin is over $4,000. This is a great sign. We know it had hit over 4,000 before, but corrected. So we are seeing an upward trend across the board. From a 24-hour perspective, everything is up. It's in the green. But as always, don't get emotional about the prices. Let's let this play out. Let it prove itself, because as we've discussed many times, there's manipulation, there's pump and dumps taking place in this market. There's not a lot of regulatory setup here, so it's a wild west, right? We're very early, so we have to be careful with this, and you don't want to get emotional about the prices. You want to look at the data, look at the trends, and let it prove itself. Maybe over the next few weeks or months, where we see a slow, steady growth up. Sure, there's going to be minor corrections along the way, but this is a great sign that the price is above 4,000 for Bitcoin, and everything else is showing green from a 24-hour perspective. Now, we got some very bullish news from a member of the SEC. This is actually really great, because it's in combination with what we talked about yesterday, guys, that the SEC will be holding a fintech forum where they're going to discuss digital assets and blockchain. And this forum is going to take place in May. Now, the person who said this is the SEC's senior advisor for digital assets, and her name is Valerie Skzepanik. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And she was at South by Southwest yesterday, and she made some very bullish statements, essentially saying that crypto spring is coming, as we are in a crypto winter right now, where the prices are low, blood on the streets. But obviously there's a lot of building happening, but the market hasn't been, it's been kind of dead, right, guys? Kind of moving sideways, prices very low, as mentioned. But here's her quote. So she's optimistic that regulation will ultimately boost the cryptocurrency market. Here's a quote: "I do think if we hope to smell the crypto spring in the air, it will take people walking with the regulators." And she said, "But I do think the spring is going to come." In a Q&A session with attorney Daniel Kahan of Morrison and Forrester LLP, she emphasized how the regulatory approach at the SEC is designed to let innovation flourish, though it comes at the cost of not providing completely clear guidelines for new kinds of businesses. Here's a quote: "The lack of bright line rules allows regulators to be more flexible." Here's also another quote: "I think if we were to propose a new regime of regulations in a precipitous way without really studying it, you might end up steering the technology one way or the other." Now, we've talked a lot about the SEC here, right? Because we have crypto mom Hester Peirce, one of the commissioners. She's fully on board with crypto, wants to pass a Bitcoin ETF. We also heard from Robert J. Jackson Jr., who's another commissioner, who in an interview said a Bitcoin ETF will eventually be approved. Jay Clayton, the chairman, he hasn't really said anything bullish, but he has attended crypto conferences, and just recently he confirmed the statements of one, I think it was Hinman, one of the other guys at the SEC, who said Ethereum is not a security. So we are seeing the people at the SEC are being more vocal. They're being more involved in crypto. We heard that 2019 digital assets is one of their priorities, which is why I think they're holding this fintech forum. So we're moving in the right direction. It's slow as hell, right? It's slower than I would like, but hey, at least we're getting, these one domino fell with Hester Peirce and Robert J. Jackson. Now we have Valerie here, which is great, guys. So we got the SEC saying bullish things about crypto, and that's what we want. We need the SEC, we need the CFTC as well to all be on board to provide regulatory clarity, so that there's no hesitation, there's no worry or risk from the other institutions who want to put a lot of money in this market, right? Because many of them are not going to touch certain things if they're not sure if it's security or not, if there's not guardrails in place. But guys, we got bullish statements from the SEC. And she also said the following. She said stable coins may be securities. This is interesting. Let me see if I can find a quote here. So I've seen stable coins that purport to control price through some kind of pricing mechanism, whether it's tied to the issuance, creation, or redemption of another type of digital asset tied to it, or whether it is controlled through supply and demand in some way to keep the price within a certain band. not to sound cliche, but we'd much rather have people come to us and ask for permission or come talk to us before they do something rather than do something and then coming in and asking for forgiveness. So she's thinking if stablecoins could potentially be securities. And this is interesting. When you have JP Morgan launching their stable coin, you have Tether, of course, and there's many others. I personally don't believe in stable coins because it's pegged to the fiat US dollar, and it's like we're trying to get away from that in that sense with crypto and providing something more stable. But obviously people do leverage stable coins, in certain ways, and especially like Tether. But I personally don't hold any stable coins. I have not used stable coins. I'm just buying cryptos and utility tokens or digital assets, whatever name you want to call them, and hodling them, right? Because I believe some of them, the ones I have, will do well. I believe there'll be multiple winners in this market. And I'm looking at the use case, the utility, right? And is it being used to disrupt a specific industry and so forth? So interesting statements here. But like I said, the most important thing here is she's saying that, look, crypto winter is going to come to an end. Spring is going to come, and we're going to look to bring regulations and clarity, and let's see how things progress here. But this is bullish news, guys. This is from someone from the SEC. Now, finally, we have some interesting information here. Riot Blockchain plans launch of regulated crypto exchange in the US. So publicly traded US-based company Riot Blockchain has filed with the SEC to launch a new regulated crypto exchange called RiotX in the US by the end of Q2 2019. So we're wrapping up in Q1, right? Q2 is going to start in April. The company declares in the filing that its subsidiary RiotX Holdings would operate the new exchange. Furthermore, the exchange banking services could be handled by the Application Programming Interface API created by software company Synopsys Phi. The APIs plan to, among other functions, serve as a security enhancement by tracking user location in order to prevent fraudulent use of service. For instance, improper use would include the use of the exchange in U.S. member states where it is not allowed. More precisely, Wyoming and Hawaii. RiotX users would be allowed to create accounts connected to accredited banking institutions in the US and transfer and hold fiat and cryptocurrencies. Per the filing, the exchange will also be collaborating with exchange software provider Shift Markets. So it's amazing to see the competition that is heating up. You have all these different players. You have crypto exchanges, which are just starting up as crypto exchanges, and you have existing corporate giants and companies that are coming into the crypto market. So this is very interesting, and I've said it before, competition is healthy. It's important. It gives us investors more options. It also, if anything goes wrong with one respective cryptocurrency exchange, people have another option or avenue that they can go and invest. It also helps to keep these folks honest, and they could potentially lower fees and offer incentives because of the competition. They all want to win the business. So this is great. And once again, this signs of things to come and the building that's happening right now, despite the bear market, the crypto winter. But the future is very bright. There's a lot of money being put in here, a lot of investments, a lot of building, and I'm excited for the future, guys. But it's a patience game, right? We have to be patient, let these things be built out and rolled out. So imagine, just think about it. And I think I've spoken about this before. In December, when the prices really started, December 2018, when the prices really started tumbling, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's going lower, and a lot of people ran, right? But then in that period of time, a whole bunch of money came in, back to raise money. Fidelity Digital Assets just went live. You have companies like this that are getting funding and building their services. So you have to look at the market holistically, not just from a price perspective, right? Price could be affected by FUD, by market cycles, a bear and bull, and it will eventually go back up. And I always tell you guys to have perspective. Go back and look at the prices and look at the highs and as well as the lows, right? And as far as incremental growth year over year, the lows have continued to grow. A higher a higher plateau, so to speak, where the lows are higher, and that's a great indication of growth. So big things are ahead, new asset class, and I'm excited. So what do you guys think about this? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later.